saying Mike Raglan. Are you shorting it up, Raz? Maybe because you dress, you know what I'm saying, you dress cool or whatever. But they be like, hell no. And even when I rant, like I've heard people like jokingly say, "No, you a know it all." Like I don't know a lot of shit. The more that I go and seek knowledge, the more I realize it's a lot of shit I don't know.
I know you hating that I'm
It's always 1,000 Michaels everywhere, so just always be able to go Mike Rags, you know, just stuck. That's how I came up with the Rags.
My price is gone.
You know what time it is? Special episode today. Literally. Okay, so I have two brothers like that are blood brothers. Then I have my other brothers and this light-skinned fella across the table from
Better
me.
know it.
My big brother Tommy Ray Dudley Jr.
Oh man, you old man. Okay. That's what kind of show we gonna have. All right.
But let me tell y'all the background behind Tommy and my brother. So they were both born the exact same day, the exact same hospital, the exact same doctor delivered both TJ and my brother. So I guess since they were born, he's always been connected to the Raglan, and likewise, the Raglan's always been kind of connected to the Dudleys. And I feel like some kind of weird way, me growing up, I kind of looked at both of y'all, because both of y'all I feel like are two fearless people. And y'all kind of have different paths, but it's still the same. It's still the same thing to me because, like I said, you both decided to walk into y'all purpose at an earlier age, you know, than most people decide to, or you know, or would like to venture into something other than, you know, what other people around them want to do.
Yeah.
And so I just wanted to let you know here, you know, that, you know, I love you first off, my big brother, and I always looked up to you and Brandon as like two of the most fearless people that I've ever encountered in my life. You know what I'm saying? That kind of motivates me to be able to do things, you know, that I wouldn't do normally. You feel what I'm saying? I actually kind of followed in your footsteps a lot, worked at the airport just like you did.
Yeah. Hey, what's crazy is I be telling people that though. I'm like, man, this can we cuss? We can cuss, right? Yeah, this nigga shit. Is this motherfucker on? But nah, man, I was just telling Ronnie about that, man. I'm like I really think that, you know, out of all the members of the step team, like Mike is the GOAT. Like I was just telling you that, Gat. You know what I mean? Just telling you that this morning. Like I feel like you have, like, you was just there at a young age, man. So you got some of Brandon in you, you got some of Ronnie in you, you know, some of me, like you just got everybody, dog. You know what I mean? But for you to be a stepper, then like you say, work at the airport, then cut hair, then you doing this and you doing that, you know, we do share similar stories, man. So, you know, that's why I do, you know, look out, you know, for you the way that I do, bro. You know, because you a damn sure little brother to me, man. And I just sit back and watch you, man. I be like, damn, man, like this motherfucker Mike, you know what I mean? I be like, damn, man. Especially if you know the kind of convos we be having, man. You know, when I see a chick, I'm like, hey, Mike, you know what they're talking about, like. Yeah,
I already know how we get down.
Yeah, how you get, how he gets down, not me. How Mike gets down. You're boy married around this motherfucker. You're boy married around this
Big
motherfucker.
singer. I'm a big singer right
Yeah.
now. Let's talk about Breathe for a second. I see it on the head. Let's talk about Breathe for a second.
What you
So
want?
break it down for people. I've talked about it once, but I think you could do it better.
So, man, oh my God, like Breathe is like is it's a combination of my lifestyle. Years ago, man. When I first seen Planet of the Apes. And I was watching Planet of the Apes, and it was this scene where Caesar walks up on this rock, and you know, it like all of the other apes are looking at him, bro, and it's just this look that he have, right? And so me being a barber, my ass, I lean over and tell my wife, I'm like, yo, if Caesar had a dope ass cut. Like if he just had a haircut, bro, that should be fire. You know what I mean? And so it started from there. And so I got my logo, I got all that stuff started. And once I got my logo done, like I just sat on it. Like I literally just sat on it, bro. And it went from there to, trying to do something with my brand, do something with my logo. Didn't have a name for it. And so I want to say I called you up to the barbershop one day to tell you about it, man. But I'm sitting at Running House one day, and I'm just trying to come up with a name, for my brand, like for my logo. And I mean, you name it, bro. Like I was thinking of all kind of things to come up with. So I couldn't do it, bro. So I go home, and as I'm taking the shower, I'm just like, man, let me just breathe, dog. Like, let me just breathe, man. Cause like, it'll come to me. Like, so for the rest of the day, I was like take a deep breath and breathe. And the more I kept saying it, it was just like, well, shit.
Kind of go.
Like let me fuck with this breathe for a minute. Yeah. Because if you think about it, that's what people do. You do it before you start a race, or you do it before you go preach a sermon. You do it before you get ready to cut some hair. You know what I mean? Or you do it like it's just something that everybody do. Before it's like you take a deep breath and and so it was like, now let me come up with something for it to mean. And I was trying to think of something. Everything I thought of, like I couldn't think of nothing with that goddamn A in it. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I still like breathe, but I don't like the A. So fuck it. I'm gonna just take the A out of it and just make that bit breathe. You know what I mean? So, I'm walking around, literally like, so I'm walking around with this breathe, and people was like, you spell breathe wrong.
They tell me the same thing every time I read.
You spell breathe. I'm like, well, no, like this is what it means, right. And so it means, like I say, which but for the people who don't, like barbers risking everything to have everything. So it went from, there to what it is now. And it's like, as a barber, bro, like, you risk so much, man. Whether you have kids or not, or whether you're married or not. Like you think about like how many funerals you miss, to go cut hair, how many weddings you miss, how many birthday parties you miss. You know what I mean? And it's because you believe, in your career so much, man. So like I feel like I risk my family. Like right now, this has nothing to do about barbering, but everything to do about barbering. Because one, I got my brand on, I'm getting my brand out there, and it's like, I can be at the house right now with my family, but who knows who may see this and, it blow up or whatever. So it's like, like you just risk everything. Why? Because you want to have everything. So, I mean, it's that's kind of, it took off from there, man. So now, when you see people on with the brand, it's like, okay, I see you breathing, you breathing. It just started blowing up, man. I put the logo on cups, just to kind of get it out there. And now, it's a whole movement though, man. But, my guy, Marcus, like Marcus Harvey, he really pushed me, running, man. Like, Gat, man, he bro, like, everybody, they was like, you really need to do something with this, bro. And I'm just like, so it's like, now I got my logo, I got my word, I got my meaning for it, and now what I'm gonna do with it, man. So it's like, yeah, I'm still working on it and, still building it, but yeah, I think that's it, in a nutshell, man.
Man, I think that's a beautiful story for real.
Yeah.
Talk about how it really came from you watching Planet of the Apes, wanting to give Caesar a fresh cut. I wish you had the actual logo on your hat so you can see the gorilla with the fresh juice cut.
Yeah, man.
With the part in it.
Yeah.
But I think sometimes, and this might go into, I don't know, I can't speak for you, but I know for me personally, sometimes things that keep me from doing things or moving in a way that others see for me, but I haven't quite gotten, gotten myself in step yet to really take that path. I think sometimes the thing that stop us is fear, but that doesn't mean that you still can't be fearless. Because I don't think being fearless is doing anything.
Wait, go back, explain that. What you mean?
Okay, so the one reason why I might hesitate with, or why I hesitated so long with getting started in cutting, like barbering for real, is not the fact that I felt like I was lacking anywhere. It was just the fact that I was just kind of scared to take that step into the unknown, because I don't know. Leaving a job that gives you 9 to 5 security is different than doing something where, you know, you have to kind of make sure like what you eat is what you fish. Like you fish what you eat. Like you only eat off what you can provide with your hands. And so I think fear really kept me from doing that at first. And even when I finally took that step after having plenty of conversations with you, I think it wasn't the lack of fear that made me take that step. I think it was me facing that fear and being able to say that although I don't know what's on the other side of this, I'm willing to step into this. And I think a reason a lot of people don't do things is because they have fear, and they believe that since they have fear, they can't be then fearless, because they feel like being fearless means you're devoid of fear. But it just means that you look at fear how I look at it. You look at fear and you say, okay, although I am scared, I'm still going to walk into this. You see what I'm saying? That I think that when you can face fear, not when you can act like there is no fear around. Because then what are you really pushing yourself to if it's nothing that's, I think if it's nothing that on the other side of what you're trying to get to that kind of scares you or makes you uncomfortable, then I feel like you're not taking a big enough step. You're taking a safe step. And so I just, like I said, so with you doing the breathe thing, I think you had to finally realize, you know what? I mean, of course, with support from friends and others, but I think you finally just realized, let me just take this step. Because that's really all it was. You already had everything and ingredients together, and once you took that step, you saw how it just kind of took off. Like, but you just had to take that step. And I think a lot of people just need to realize that I can be scared of something and still be fearless. I just want people to realize you can be in a place where you're kind of timid or something kind of has you in a place where you're stagnant, and the only reason you're stagnant is because you lack the courage to go on. You know what I'm saying? Without it. And like I said, that's a trait that I learned from you and my brother, because my brother, on the other hand, you know, he's been dancing since he was 13, ballet dance.
B-Rags.
And so he always did it anyway, regardless of how he might have felt others were perceiving him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not going to say, because me and my brother have had a conversation, I'm not going to say he was.
Shout out to Brandon, man. I just wanted to say that, man. What up, B-Rags, man?
So not saying that he wasn't scared to step into his purpose, but he did it despite the fear.
At a young age, man. Young age.
13. Like and it was so crazy. His story was, we were in Memphis at one time, and this is when he had first started dancing with Miss Jackie before he went to Alabama School of Fine Arts in the Adam and Eve scene, like when we started that. So he was interested in dance, but you know, my parents and a lot of people just weren't really rocking with that. And we were playing softball in Memphis at a family outing. The ball came in home plate. He was playing catching and knocked him out. He was unconscious for a little minute. He said while he was unconscious, God literally came to talk to him and said, "Dance, Brandon." That was that simple. Like that was all he needed to walk through that or walk into that, despite the fear.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or in spite of fear. So it was a beautiful story for me looking back at, you know what I'm saying, 30s, no, I'm tripping, 23 years from now, he's still doing it, right? He's great at what he does, and you can tell that he's really moving in his purpose. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I just, like I said, I see that same thing for you and Breathe and with the barbering. I remember you starting on 3rd, then moving over to 78.
Man, I'm gonna tell you, man, like, so, you know, just kind of speaking on fear, like you ever had an idea and like you mapped it out in your head. You like, I know that, you know, if I do A and I do B, then my results are gonna be C. Like, you know it. You know what I mean? Like, you haven't told anybody yet. You like, you know, if you do this, your results are gonna be that, right? But your fear comes in is when you tell somebody. You know what I mean? Like, so God, he'll give you a vision. He'll say, you know, Mike, I want you to make a podcast. You know, like you hear him saying that, like I want you to do a podcast, you know, it's gonna be good, you know, and you like, cool, I'm gonna do it. Like it's gonna be everything, right? So you got this anticipate, like you got all these feelings that's going through you that's gonna be good. And then, you know, you may tell, you know, your dad about it. You know, you say, hey dad, I'm gonna do a podcast. And he say, you know, well, what you want to do that for? You know what I mean? And then you kind of like, damn, well, you know, and then you tell this person, they be like, oh, okay. You know, it's like you ain't getting the reaction you wanted to get from people, but you already got your confirmation. You know, so I think it's like when you break through, like what the fuck people, like fuck people, man. You know what I mean? Like just fucking do it. Right. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what I have, and like that's another reason why I can't work for people. You know, like and no disrespect to the people who, you know, who do, but like I know for me, like I can't, man. Like I can't. So, you know, it's like when you tell people what you want to do and they put they feelings or they put their spirits on it, it wears off on you. So Missy, like I don't know if y'all know this story. Missy Elliott, man, like the Missy Elliott. Like, you know, when she records her music, nobody is in the booth with her. Like like nobody. She has never been in a recording booth and other people had, like, nobody is in there. And she says why? Because she said that, you know, when she's in there doing her music, you know what you said, God, it's your fifth and if it like you know what I mean? And like, what if she would have did that and somebody said, I don't like that, you know, then we wouldn't have had that song, man. You know what I mean? And she was just speaking to, like, you know, like with Michael Jackson, you know, when Mike saying, you know, it's close to midnight and something evil's creeping in. Like, what if they would have told Mike, you know, like, we don't like that? Then we wouldn't have had, you know. So when people put their fears on you, your ideas, man, that shit'll weigh on you, man. Mm-hmm. So when you break through that shit, it's like really not caring what people think, you know. And so, like, kind of going back to your brother Brandon, man, he's been like that at a young age, like not giving a fuck what people think, man. So once we get there as humans, oh man, but like, see, that's when the dope shit start going.
And see, this is the thing about me that I've just started to kind of realize is that, because a lot of my brother would often look up. I wouldn't say look up to me, I'm younger, but he would always look at me.
Whoa, what's wrong with that?
Well, I guess he can look up to me.
Hell yes.
So my brother would look up to me as he would say, Mike, I like how you don't give a fuck. And I'm like, for a while, I didn't, but it wasn't for the fact that I could hear people and then would not, you know what I'm saying, listen to the noise. It was the fact that I was so numb that I just couldn't hear anything. But that's not really a good place to be in. And so I found, like, it's okay to hear what people say and still not let them affect you. It's okay to feel what other people feel, but still not let it affect how you walk or how you talk or what it is that you have planned for yourself. And so I used to try to tell people, like, my brother always felt, even though he moved fearless, he always felt what other people were saying. He could hear what people were saying, talking about, you know what I'm saying? Like, he always heard all the noise. But it, like, the fact that he was able to still push through that was even more impressive to me than I would say how he looked up to me for not. Because mine was simply from the fact of, I really can't hear y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just can't. Mm-hmm. His was, I can hear you and I'm still going to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a powerful thing.
Well, when you hear something, man, that makes you, I mean, want to do it even more though. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, as we all know. I mean, you know, bro, I've made a lifestyle off of doing what people tell me like I can't do. Like,
for sure.
I'm
no, I already know.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just I hate for motherfuckers to tell me like what I can't do. You know, because it's like knowing that I can't, like, even if I know that I can't do something, I'll still do it just to prove to motherfuckers I can do it. You know what I mean? Like even when we went back on the step team, you know, Jermaine took my cane. He was like, you're not getting this back because you don't even know how to twirl a cane. You know what I mean? Or, you know, you don't know how to play this game, or, you know, top golf. I mean, it's like, bro, like I started cutting hair because somebody told me that was like, this ain't for you. You know what I mean? Like, nah, you don't need to do this. Like, you know, you don't need to cut hair. This is not for you. I'm like, motherfucker, what? The very next day, I got in the barbering school. You know what I mean? Just to prove to them, which I won't say their name, but like just to prove to them that I can cut hair. You know what I mean? And now I've made a career out of it. You know, literally. So like, you know, like I say, risking everything to have so like it all of it ties in, you know, to the breathe, man. And you know, like, man, fear, I fucking love being scared, man. You know what I mean? Like some people would hate that shit. Like, yeah, man, like I love being scared, dog. Like, you know, like even like, you know, with church, man, somebody can tell me, you know, like, well, hey, in 2 weeks we want you to go preach. Like, and I can write down a sermon, but when it's time for me to do it, I get fucking like, nah. I would rather the day of, you know what I mean? Like the day of, somebody say, hey, you're preaching today, or hey, you know, we need you to do this. Like just being in that. I get an adrenaline rush out of that shit, man, because it's like, you know, it's like, okay, they don't think I can do this. Like, I'm finna go in this bitch and make everybody catch the Holy Ghost. Can I say bitch and Holy Ghost at the same?
Yup.
I think I just did, bitch. But nah, man, you know, like I said, bro, like I really have learned to love fear. Like I love fear, man. Like I just love it. I love it, man. It's a motivation, you know, for me. I mean, it's also a fear. Fear is a fear for me, you know, but I love it though. You know, damn, I like that. Fear is a fear. I think I'm gonna put that shit on the shirt. Like, you know, fear is a fear, but I love it. Yeah. So, but nah, man, you know, like, yeah. So, but
and one thing, you know, that you spoke on earlier about when you get your confirmation from something bigger than other people, it's like sometimes too, it's good to hold that to yourself until it's time to, you know, release that out to people. You know, sometimes you got to hold it to yourself because, like you said, people will cast their doubts, they'll cast their fears, they'll cast their evil, not evils, intended spirits, but it's still a negative spirit onto what you have going on, and like that, like you said, that will ruin something quicker than anything else can sometimes.
Yeah, man. People will put on you, like, for instance, if your best friend, you know, did a podcast and, you know, they didn't get any views, it wasn't successful, you know, or like shit just didn't go good at all for them. And you tell them, you're like, yo, I'm finna do a podcast, you know, and then they put on you, well, man, nah, because I already tried that, you know, the shit was whack, I didn't get no views, you know, like none of that kind of stuff, man. Like that, because that shit didn't work for you, you know what I mean? Like that. Yes, I mean, it's just like, you know, like that it didn't work for you, you know, so fuck you. Like I still, like, you know, I still want to do it, man. Yeah, so, sure, you know, it's gonna work for me. So, I mean, like, yeah, bro, like I man, like I'm gonna say something, man. I love her so much, bro. But my mother, like my mom told me, I was like, Mom, I want to start cutting hair. And her words was, why do you want to do that? Well, you know, you need to get you a real job. You know, like get you a real job. Like the railroad, you know, the railroad is hiring, you know, I think I can get, you know, somebody, man, my motherfucking mama, I always know somebody who hiring, dog. Like, you know, I think I, you know somebody who hiring here. I'm like, nah, like I want to cut hair. Like, that's what I want to do. You know, and now, like, if you go on her Facebook page, you know, she's just like, you know, my world-renowned son is a barber, and I mean, so it's just like, man, like, you know, you could have, like I say, man, you can look at stuff in a negative way if you want, you know, but if you look at what people say to you as a positive way, like feed off of that shit, man, like that ain't gonna work for you. For real, watch this. Like, let me show you something. Like, let me show you it will. Like, I mean, so like I say, bro, like I've made a career, man. I made a lifestyle, like off of people telling me what I can't do. You know, like I said, I wanted a Tahoe truck. You know, it was just like, well, you know, your credit score ain't right. You know, you ain't gonna be able to get a Tahoe truck. I was like, okay. So I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So, like, when I first got my Tahoe. You know, well, before I had my Tahoe, my credit score was like a 400. Like, shit was fucked up. Like, I fucked up.
That's as low as you can go, right?
Yeah, like low, limbo low. Like, limbo champion low. So, but I mean, like I would drive by the parking lot, and I would see a Tahoe that I wanted, right? So I would stretch my hand out, and I would be like, in the name of Jesus, I'm gonna have me a Tahoe every single day, bro. Every single day, like, and so one day, bro, like I said, you know what? Fuck this. Like, so I went to the car lot. I just said, let me just go. Bro, I'd have no money to put down. My credit was still limbo low. I just went on the parking lot. And of course, you know, they when they see a car on the lot, you know, you got all these men coming outside and shit. So, you know, guy come outside. He was just like, I see you looking at that Tahoe. I was like, yeah, you know, I like this Tahoe. And so, you know, I'm looking in the glass or whatever, you know, just looking at it and everything. And he was just like, well, you know, how much you think you can put down on it? You know, just randomly asking me that. I was just like, I don't have no money to put down on it. You know, he was like, well, you know, here's my card. Come back. You know what I mean? This, that. I was like, you're not the person I need to talk to. I didn't even take his card. Another guy came up. I'm still out there looking at the Tahoe. I'm looking up under this motherfucker, looking at the wheels on this bitch. Like, I'm just like, ooh, this is my fucking car. So another dude come out. Same shit. I see you looking at the Tahoe. I seen you out here earlier. You know, how much money can you put down on it? I said, he said, well, do you know your credit score? I was like, limbo, like limbo low. So he was like, well, you know, come back. You're not the person I need to talk to. Third person come out there. He was like, how you doing, sir? What's your name? I said, TJ. I was like, what's yours? He was like, Jonathan. I was like, nice to meet you. He was like, I seen you out here looking at the Tahoe. He started asking the same questions. I was like, well, nah. He was like, well, come in my office. I was like, okay. So I go in his office, right? He got the gospel music playing. You can hear the birds chirp. It was just a real, it's peaceful. So I sit in the chair and I look around. I'm like, yeah, this right. Like, this right. So I told him, you know, everything I had going on. He was just like, well, I know you really want this Tahoe. So he said, I tell you what. He said, do you know of a credit union you can go to? I was like, yeah, my church got one. So he gets the keys. He throws me the keys. He said, well, you know, take it to him. So I drove out the parking lot in this, like, bro, like, I didn't call my, like, nobody knew. Like, here it is on a regular Monday, dude. Like, I'm fucking driving my Tahoe by myself. So I go to the credit union. I'm just like, hey, Miss Michelle. You know what I mean? Like, hey, how you doing? And this is when I was taking the church breakfast. Like, I would take them breakfast every Monday, bro. Like, I was just taking them breakfast. So I, for no specific reason, let me say that, because I love the church staff, I was taking every single person in that building, from the custodian to the head, like, everybody was getting a biscuit from me on Monday morning. So I go to the credit union. I said, Miss Michelle, I said, it's this Tahoe that I really want. I said, you know my credit score, and you know I ain't got no goddamn money. So, but I know that I can make this car note. She goes in her office. She said, well, let me come look at the truck. She go outside, look at the truck, and she come back in the office. Fucking write me a check. Write me a check on the spot, dog. Like, literally wrote me a fucking check for the truck. I drive back to, like, and like I say, I didn't have no payment history because I'm cutting hair now. Right, so I didn't have like no payment history. Mm-hmm. So I take this check back to the person. He fucking follows me home, you know, so I drove my old car back to the house, and he driving my Tahoe, and I drop him back off at the place, and I'm just like, bitch, I got a Tahoe. like today, bro. Like, you know what I mean? With a low ass credit score, with no money down, and my note was low as hell. You know what I mean? And it's like, man, like, you know, like, God is amazing, man. You know, like, he's amazing, man. So, like, for me, like, doing things like that people told me that I can't do, bro. Like, I have made a career off of that shit.
I mean, especially when you got it from the big man upstairs, like, there's really no weapon formed against you, like, real prosper. If you really have that faith in what he's telling you to step
Shout out to Ray Lewis. No weapon.
Let's get to some sports right quick. I kind of want to talk.
Let's do it, bro. That's why I'm here. I should have wore my LeBrons, man.
Nah, you shouldn't have.
Yes, I should have.
So who you got first? We'll start with NBA. Who you got winning this year?
Is that? Oh, we got to do it for the, okay. Because I did, motherfuckers, please. You already know, dog. The hell? King James, man. What kind of question is that? Do you read the Bible?
Yeah, I read the Bible.
What version you read, my brother?
NIV.
NIV. Okay, yeah. I almost said bullshit. King James version, man.
Now, so this is the thing. I do believe. I don't want to sound disrespectful because I know he is on the GOAT conversation. I know LeBron's definitely in the GOAT conversation. I don't think people are scared of LeBron in the league no more though. For real, I think like
thank you.
Scared of KD.
He a man. He's not a machine.
Yeah, he definitely.
Yeah, like why you like don't be afraid of him.
People act like they scared of LeBron. Like
who act like that?
Like, well, I guess the media portrays it.
So media or players? Which
media.
One? So
I think it's the media.
Media has like they don't play basketball. Hold on. Media don't play basketball. Who fears LeBron? Well, who don't fear LeBron no more? Who are you talking about?
What you mean? You know niggas like KD don't fear LeBron. You know niggas
but
like KD don't fear.
You said people are starting not to fear him.
I just think other players.
Hold on, my brother. Hold on, because we going to get this shit straight. You said people are not fearing LeBron anymore.
Right.
Meaning, at one point of time, fuckers were fearing him.
Yeah, at one point.
So who was fearing him?
I mean, the league, you could tell, like, when he was in Miami.
Motherfucker? You keep saying all this shit, but who? Who was fearing him?
You could tell the other players.
Who?
You could tell the other players.
He cracking. He said, ha, ha, ha.
Once Kobe was like no longer.
Oh, come on, man! Don't do this. Like, nah, man.
Then LeBron became that guy for a second.
Man,
he held it for a minute when he was in Miami.
He still ain't answer my question. He still ain't answer my question.
I told you other players. You can see it like you can see in the OKC
so we gonna turn
series.
this
you can see in the OKC series.
We gonna turn this into undisputed. Skip. Only thing I want you to do is answer this question that you started off with. You said people are not fearing. I just want to know who was fearing him.
I think
you said media. So then you say fear, Miami.
When I say fear, like there was a mystique about certain players, and I think now people feel like LeBron just a regular player like everybody else.
Damn question.
But I just told you, I said I can't be specific other than like when the OK series, it looked like KD and them were a little scared.
Okay,
you know
thank you. So we got one. So KD was fearing LeBron. Okay, that's all I wanted.
At one point,
damn, that's all I wanted you to do. Okay, moving on. God damn.
You just wanted to hear KD.
No, bro, you could have, man, you could have said Mutombo. I just wanted to know who was fearing LeBron.
Well, I want to say. Because I don't want to make it seem like they were scared of him, but you know when like you hear Kobe when he first talked about when he played Jordan, and it's Kobe. Kobe looked at Jordan like, although he was like, I'm gonna go at this nigga, he still knew it was motherfucking Jordan. You see what I'm saying? I think now niggas like, oh, it's
the AI fear Jordan.
He had a mystique, like he had it's Jordan. Like I think that's what I mean by feel like. When guys say fear God, you don't. So use a different.
So use a different word.
It's like a reverence.
You're not.
It's like a reverence or a respect. And I'm just saying that's.
See
what
how
I mean.
He compares King James to God. You know what I mean? But he NIV. Yeah. Anyway, you know what I mean. Let me ask you this question though. So if Michael Jordan was driving a boat and only one person could get on this boat, who would it be? Player wise,
Kobe.
Okay. That boat is gone, right?
Yeah.
Boat is gone. Next boat, LeBron is driving the boat. Who's the only player that can get on this boat? Only one player.
They can get on the boat with LeBron?
Yeah. KD?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have boat drivers and you have boat riders. I'm just saying, dog.
That's
you a boat rider.
That's how you made it seem.
No, because if you said to me, I would be like, well, nah, we gonna drive my own boat. You know, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, so LeBron is his own person, bro. And like the reason why I like LeBron so much, I don't know if you paid attention to when he won his last ring. You know, he made the comment. He was just like, you know, like referring back to your brother, back to the topic. He was just like, yeah, I hear all the chatter. You know, he should shoot more. He should do this more. He should do that more. You know what I mean? Like he feeds off of that shit, bro. He plays the game how he want to play it.
Right.
You know what I mean? For him to be, think about this. He is the youngest player to reach 20,000 points as fast as he did, being a pass first player. Being a pass first player, he got to 20,000 points before anybody else did.
If I'm 6'9",
being a pass first player, bro.
I'm coming to your point. If I'm 6'9",
my God,
I'm stronger than everybody. and it's obvious that when I go to the lane, can't nobody stop me. Why am I a pass first player? To answer your question, I'm answering your question. The reason he's a pass first player is because LeBron lacks a bag to score. LeBron cannot really get a bucket unless it's a wide open. Like, have you ever really seen LeBron break somebody down and really go get a bucket on them? No, you don't see LeBron do that. Right now, you're going to see LeBron try to get past somebody.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
Yes, I can. I have never seen LeBron break somebody off the dribble unless it's a big ass center or something. I'm talking about somebody who can PG, Kawhi, KD, niggas his size, same athleticism.
What season are we in?
No, don't say that because you were just talking about he the youngest, fastest.
No.
That don't matter then.
So
that don't matter.
You're right, it don't.
That
but
don't
what I'm trying. Okay,
is he still playing the game today?
He is.
Are y'all still saying he's an MVP candidate caliber player right now?
I am.
So you not?
I am.
So I don't want to hear nothing about how old
I was agreeing with you.
I don't want to hear nothing about how old he is.
I was finna make my fucking point. Like
Okay,
what I'm saying.
Go ahead.
Like by him being in his 18th season, he's still doing this shit. That's what I was finna say.
Oh yeah, he's still doing it.
Motherfucker, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's look back at you saying he's 265 and like even when he
250 whatever
he didn't come in the league weighing all that. You know what I mean? Like even when he came in the league, bro, I know you seen the Detroit series, bro. Mm-hmm. Where he scored the last 30-some points of the game, dog, by himself. You can't. Let me ask you this: name 2 people off of that team.
Off of that Cleveland team.
Moving on.
Ilgauskas.
Who?
Ilgauskas. Ilgauskas, whatever. Zildjian
You see what I'm saying? Like you can't even like, bro.
What's the other little goofy little dude they used to have? Verjai.
Man, you name man.
Mo Williams.
My man, bro. Come on, man. Like don't do this, dog. You know, man, dog. LeBron is like y'all. Like for instance, I'll say this. Like I was never a Kobe fan. Like I used to hate on dude, like for no reason. And like when people would say why you don't like Kobe, I would just say he arrogant. You know what I mean? Like that's what I would say, bro. Like I would say bullshit like that. But you know, like when bro passed, like when he died and that shit fucked up the world. You know, I went back and really like looked at Kobe, you know what I mean, and like the kind of player that he was, the kind of, you know, he had that killer instinct, you know, he did. He wasn't a pass like give me the ball and get the fuck out the way. Yeah. I'm finna score and that's the player that you like, you know. But he still got it. Like he was the man on his team. He got his 5 rings, you know. But he did the shit the way that he wanted to do it, you know. So it's like, yeah, he a GOAT, you know, but like just because my boy don't want to go down that road and say get the fuck out the way, but still can get the same shit, you know, that goes back to saying I don't need a fucking 700 credit score to get this car. I can get it with a 400. You know, fuck you. Like I ain't got to do it. Like LeBron does it his way, so it's more than just him like hooping for me. Like it's his lifestyle, bro. Like it's what he does off the court.
Off the court, Brian is
and on the court. You know what I mean? Like people
on the court, Brian ain't the GOAT.
People, man, dog. People play their best basketball when they with Bron.
No, they don't. And that's another fairy tale y'all got to stop saying, bro. There's a lot of players.
You better not name nobody that's bullshit.
It started with D-Wade, and this is why you
Did
can't
he get a ring?
Yeah, but
thank you.
But this is why he got a ring before Bron too.
No, with Bron.
He helped Bron get a ring.
Did he get a ring?
Bron got a ring because he had to come to a person who was a champion already.
Was Bron on that team? Okay, next subject.
But this is my thing though. You said they play better, and I'm telling you that they don't. Because LeBron is such a ball dominant person, like you just said, he's like Luka, and I don't like when folks be giving Luka like all that praise.
Luka,
yeah, because if I'm the primary ball handler, scorer, and assist man, then I should average a triple double damn near every night. Especially if I'm 6'9". You're not doing anything to impress me if you have the ball every time. If you are the one who initiate the offense every time and you are the primary scorer, your numbers are going to look like that. Look at James Harden in Houston. Like James Harden is in no way better than Kobe. And they be talking about he'll be the best scorer we ain't never seen. No. You see him like that because
where was he in the playoffs last year when he played LeBron? Who? I know that's real. What did Harden do in the playoffs last year against Bron?
When they had to play AD, you know?
Now you fucking crazy. Now you fucking crazy. Like what did he do? What did he do?
Who did he have? Name 2 other players on his team.
Bro, you just said you compared James Harden and Kobe Bryant when you the ball dominant.
No, I'm
you
just saying. I'm just telling you. That's why his numbers are like
and
that.
I'm proving the point to you. Okay. Like, what did this man do when he played LeBron? Did he score all them points?
Yeah, he did. He did.
No, fuck he
but
did.
James Harden last year?
In the playoffs, no, yes, they shut him down. No. The only thing they did was double him. They doubled him.
James Harden. You can't stop James Harden. That's the thing. You can't really just stop him.
Skip. Like they doubled James Harden, and the rest of the team failed. Westbrook was on the team. Who else?
No, and you know Westbrook a black hole. You know Westbrook a black hole. That's Westbrook a black hole. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like that's another thing he had to go against.
Man,
hold on. Let me get back to my original point. So when y'all start bringing me up all these stats about what LeBron did over his career, I expect you to do that. If Kobe Bryant would have been the primary ball handler, and every time the ball came down the floor, we was gonna run a pick and roll for Kobe, and you either shoot or pass to an open person, he gonna have the same numbers because that's your offense. Teams don't even run offenses the same no more. It's just come run a big pick, come run a pick at the top for this 6'9" nigga handling the ball, and we gonna goddamn either you gonna get a bucket
or
kick it to it. LeBron, because everybody think that's now they want to say that's the way to play the game. That's not.
You adapt to the game, man.
I feel
you just adapt to the game, bro.
You adapt to the game.
Like LeBron can't help how the game is, man. Like and for him to be in his 18th season, and is he an MVP candidate? You think? Yes.
No.
Fuck out of here.
No.
So, bro,
what have they done without AD? How have they looked without AD? How have they looked without AD?
Dude,
they went from being. Or what a game? No, first going back and forth between first with Utah to not being securely in the 3rd spot. And if AD don't get back soon, they might slip down to the 5th spot.
This man coming off
right here back to back.
He just coming off a championship.
I don't want to hear that.
Hold up,
you the GOAT. I don't want to hear that.
Thank you.
You the GOAT. I don't want. That's what
he's coming off. I don't want to hear that. He's coming off a championship season, going into his 18th season, right? Mm-hmm. How long? Like, didn't have a long of a break, bro. Right back in the gym, right back, bro. Like, and this man, like, as soon as he started losing, it's like y'all be like, oh yeah. But it's like last year
they want to say LeBron keep up with his body better than that. He spent $1 million on his body every year, and now y'all want to talk about how to win.
It's actually $3 million, but
that's even worse because now you're trying to bring. This man spent so much money on his body. His body at 18 years ain't like a normal 35, 36
Let me ask you this.
Person.
What year did you graduate high school?
09.
What was your first
6 years in the league?
What was your Let me get to my question.
Okay.
What was your first job when you got out of high school?
I worked a summer camp, writing camp at UAB.
A summer camp at UAB. Listen at that. So let's just say, can you imagine still working at that summer camp to this day?
Right now?
Right now.
Nah, not what I'm at.
But even if you were still working at this summer camp and they say shit like, man, Mike class, he not knowing his the names of his students. Now, he forgot one student name. He ain't the same. Or we don't even play kickball in this class no more. Or we don't. But at the end of the year, everybody talking about you had the best class. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, like you can't even imagine having the same fucking job since you got out of high school. Like this man has had the same fucking job since he got out of high school and doing it at a high level, dog. A high level. But y'all, it's like what people say, oh, you need to do it like this. You need to do it like that. Why you don't close out the game? Motherfucker, because I don't want to. I'm going to pass this bitch to my team. He can't, man. Come on, man. It's like, y'all will not appreciate LeBron. I hate to say it, but y'all will not appreciate the LeBron until he's dead. And that's what I did with Kobe. And I hate I did that shit. I wish I could have like actually enjoyed this man while he was living. Like his
I enjoy.
No, don't say that shit because I got sense
off the flow. Like, no, I enjoy LeBron off the flow. Like as a person, like the things that he does for him and his team.
It's the fans. It's the fans that you don't like.
like
respect.
Dame Lillard fans.
Like like who gave y'all respect. Like you would love LeBron more, but because of the fans talk shit, you know what I mean, and because he was a threat to Kobe's career, like y'all didn't like that shit. Like before this man
he was never a threat to Kobe's career. Y'all just made him that way. That's what it is.
If I would have told you that LeBron would have got a ring in LA, you would have never believed me.
Yeah. I didn't want him to come to LA. I was a Lakers fan until LeBron became an LA Laker.
You man, you so fucked up in the head, man. so this man made you not cheer for your team no more.
Yeah, because I was a Lakers. So by default, I wasn't a basketball fan until AI.
So you gave LeBron power over you.
Yeah, if that's what you want to say.
He made you like leave your team.
But let me tell you why. Because
you left your team?
I was a basketball fan only because of AI. I grew up a football fan. AI was the first person I ever saw that made me like basketball.
AI.
All right, boom. So after AI came up, boom, started getting into it. I'm like, okay, I see these other people out here hooping. Kobe was coming up at that same time. Like, okay, this when he was starting to get his ride. Like, damn, I like this young nigga. I ain't like Shaq, but I still rooted for Kobe.
What's your point?
I didn't root for the Lakers until after Shaq left, and it was strictly just Kobe. So I became a Lakers fan via Kobe. When Kobe retired, I told people Dame Lillard is my favorite player, but I'm still going to root for the Lakers in honor of my boy Kobe. Once LeBron came over there, I was like, nah, because you trying to, in my humble opinion, I think he's trying to come over there and set himself as to be like one of the face of the Lakers. And I feel like that was just, me personally, I feel like that's kind of disrespectful. I know a lot of folks like, bro, it's just him wanting to go play basketball. Fuck that. You could have went to New York. You don't think that the organization reached out to him? Yeah, I'm pretty sure they did.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they did. So even Kobe told the organization that we needed that LeBron was a good move.
Why? Because one, he can save LA, right?
Yeah. So they say. I think AD is what saved LA, but we'll get onto that later. Yeah. Because what did LeBron do the first year without AD?
He got hurt.
Because he had to do too much.
They was in third place.
No, they was in like.
They was in third when he got hurt. They was in third. They was third, bro. They was third.
Nah.
But let me say this though, because again, like I say, LeBron always does what people say that he can't do. When LeBron was getting rings in the East, and you was one of the ones who said it. Oh, the West hard. He'll never get a ring in the West. Now, tell me you did not say that.
I said that.
Thank you.
I definitely said
and because you said that, what happened? He went and got AD. So you keep.
He went and got the best player in the league.
Okay, he went and got the best player. Okay. Yeah. Did he get a ring?
AD and LeBron, yes. The Lakers got a ring.
So LeBron got a ring.
The Lakers.
Why does it hate you?
I'm just saying because you want to make it seem as if LeBron.
We talking about LeBron.
But I'm saying you trying to make it seem like as if LeBron.
You saying Kobe? I can't say LeBron. I'm not saying what the reason is.
Okay, yeah, LeBron got another ring.
He got a ring in the West. That's all I'm saying. It ain't about LA. It's just the West. He got a ring in the West.
Yes, he got a ring.
He did what y'all
in the bubble.
So you keep fucking telling him. Yeah. Keep telling him the first. So
we're gonna see what he do this year.
Another record, the first bubble ever. Who got the ring out of it? My boy. You know what I mean? So like you keep fucking telling him what he can't do, bro. You gonna appreciate him more when he's gone, dog.
I don't say what Brian can't do on the floor, other than the fact that I just say what his stats say is a little skewed. That's all. I feel like if you are the primary ball handler and you are, and he doesn't even have to be. He doesn't have to be, but when
who was the dominant player in LA when Kobe got his rings? Who was the dominant player on the team?
The first rings or the last ring? Because you could have been talking about Shaq when Shaq was averaging 40 and 15.
Thank you. Okay. That was every ring.
The dominant person.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, okay. All right.
Who was the dominant person the second go round?
The second time, yeah. I don't look at second.
Oh, okay. I know you don't. I know you don't. When Kobe was averaging, by the time him and Shaq they completed the three-peat. Kobe was averaging like 27, 28 in the finals too, though. Like
just dish it down, just dish it down to Shaq and get back.
Oh yeah, this like LeBron was doing with AD last year.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. When they needed a bucket at the end of the game last year,
he got rings because with
Dwayne. Every team LeBron played on had a closer.
Let the kid go do it.
He never won a ring without a closer.
Let the kid go do it.
He never got a ring without a closer. Dwayne Wade, and he never got a ring without a closer. AD. He would never get a ring without that. And
Kobe's the closer
for sure.
Okay. Does Kobe have more buzzer beaters than LeBron?
Nah, maybe not.
Maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe. Oh,
Maybe
okay.
not.
So
but
what-
if I
what
play,
is this
if I
you-
play more
Oh,
games, if I
my
play more
God,
games, that gives me
bro.
more opportunity for buzzer
Oh,
beaters.
my
If my
God.
teams are always either losing or close to losing,
I
that
just
gives me
asked a
chance for a buzzer
question.
beater. But you
Does
got to
he
put it in
have-
perspective. No, you have to put it in
That's all.
perspective.
Look, when you
have
go to
put it in
court,
perspective.
ain't no fucking put it.
Yes, it is. Yes, you do.
Did
Yes, you
you
do. That's
did you
why
do
the
the
judge-
crime?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do it? Yes. That's all they want
Did
to
I
hear.
kill somebody? Yes. Was it right? Was it justified?
They just want
Was
to
it
know.
justifiable homicide though?
But
That's a different
But
thing
did you
too,
kill him
though.
though? Did you kill him?
Yes, but is
That's
it
all I wanna
justified?
know.
They also want to know if
The
it's justified.
only thing that the lawyer asked you, Mike, was did you kill him?
And
if
was
I'm the
it-
lawyer,
and what are the circumstances that
Listen,
happen
man.
around you killing them?
I didn't ask
that.
that.
matters too.
I didn't ask that.
But that's what they
But
want
did
to
you
know.
kill
That's
him?
what we know.
Did you
No.
kill him?
That's what we want to know.
Did
is-
you kill him?
Yes, and why
Okay.
and how. That's what we want to
No
know.
further
Yes,
questions, Your
why,
Honor.
and how.
Your Honor.
They want to know how.
I just want to know,
You
did you
got
kill him or
self-defense,
not?
you got justifiable homicide.
But you got a body on you, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all I
you
want to
got
know.
a body on you, but why?
It don't matter. I just said you got a
It's
body on
difference.
you.
I'd rather hang around somebody who got a body on them because it was justifiable than somebody I know who out here catching bodies just because they on some hateful shit.
I agree.
That's all right then. So it's a different.
But
it's
you
a
still got a
different
body
reason.
on you, right?
Yeah. But
Okay.
it's still a different.
But the only thing I
Yeah,
asked
Brian
you,
got
do
a
you got a
ring.
body?
Yeah, so that's my point. Yeah, Brian got the bodies.
Okay.
He got 4 bodies, but his was not because he was the killer. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
He was just riding with the killers.
Okay.
And got him 4 rings. You feel me? You get bodies for that too now.
I'm so sorry you feel that way.
Nah,
I'm so sorry you feel
and
that
like I
way.
said, he great. Like, don't get
I'm
me
so
wrong.
sorry
he
you
is great.
feel that way.
He is great.
I'm so
but
sorry you feel that way.
I just feel like they're better. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like they're better, and that's just me personally, bro. I don't. But let's get back to sports outside of just LeBron. Let's talk about the league a little bit because I do want to just talk about the teams, plural, who you feel like have a good chance to win a ring this year.
LeBron. Knicks. I mean, like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
Other than LeBron, who else got a good ring? Nobody. So nobody else gonna win.
other
a ring.
than LeBron, what?
Who else got a good chance to get a ring this year?
AD. Shall I go on? Like, bro, bro.
So y'all really think y'all got a good chance to win a ring? this year?
Like, as much as I hate Tom Brady, that fucker got a chance of winning next year, bro. Like, he got
Not
a
because
chance.
of Tom Brady alone.
I'm just saying, like,
I hate him
it's
too.
just certain
Please
people.
don't get me started
It's
on him.
just certain people who you know gonna be in the mix, dog, and you know LeBron gonna be there.
Tom Brady is not in the mix because he is that guy.
I agree.
Okay. He's in the mix because first off, he's the great white hope. Everybody loves him. Black folks
Why
love him,
y'all
but
just
the white
say it,
folks
bro?
love him.
He's the fucking Donald Trump of quarterbacks, right?
Okay, yeah, okay.
Right.
That's what
Well,
I'm
can be
saying.
we agree on that, dog. Like, so I mean, like, I don't like him neither, man.
Okay,
Like, you know,
we can agree
he
to disagree on
you know, I just feel like he's one hit away from like retiring. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like if you touch him, they throw a flag. You know,
Yeah.
so I mean, like, yeah, bro. Like, I anyway, but like I'm saying, bro, like, you know that LeBron is gonna be there, dog, and like so, but. I'm hearing the hype about Brooklyn, you know.
So you don't
yeah.
see them folks. You just hear the hype. You don't see them though.
I
12-1 since February 9th without KD.
I gotta be honest. I gotta be honest with you. I haven't watched a full, and this is like, I haven't watched a full Laker game. Like, I don't watch basketball until the playoffs.
Okay.
So I haven't seen, you know, like the closest I see is when I wake up and I watch Undisputed. Like, that's the closest that I get. Like they say, Kyrie dropped 40 points the other day. You know what I mean? So it's okay. But I mean, it's like when you're on a team like that, bro, and you're forced to play one-on-one basketball. Like, that's the first basketball you learn how to play when you a kid. Like, you know, you and your homeboy in the drive-through, check, and you playing 21. So I mean, like, when you on a good team like that, like, yeah, it's gonna be easy, dog. It's gonna be real easy when everybody's on that team. They can dribble, they can shoot, they can do all of that. You got Kyrie, you got Harden, and you got KD. Right. Yeah, they gonna do their thing without KD because they got a good team. You know what I mean? So I hear the hype. Fuck 'em.
Let's get a little switch serious though. Let's stick on that team aspect for a second, just in life and team. If I were, like, as I'm trying to build my brand, I want a good team around me. I want a team that's kind of built more like, I don't want to have to be like Kobe and Jordan and them, where I'm the by far the best player and everybody else around me is just kind of not seen as equal. I want my team to be kind of more like Brooklyn Nets. I want my team to be like, well, I got my shot, I'm shooting my shot. Well, my cameraman is not looking at what I'm doing as or what he's doing as I'm just helping Mike do this. I'm trying to be a fire cameraman and I'm helping Mike do this. So he's on his own, he's trying to be his best. Who handles my digital media market. I want her to be on her own, be her best. I don't want her to be like, I'm just doing this because Mike the man and I'm on the team. I'm trying to get this. I want all of us to feel like we are so good at what we do that we all coming for the ring. You see what I'm saying? Like we're building the team.
Well, first of all, okay, you say you want your team to be like Brooklyn and you want everybody to do their own thing and we all gon' let's just be real. Mm-hmm. You say let's be real. Let's be real. Mm-hmm. All of those people on that team are mad at one person. They are. All of the lead, like Kyrie, he's upset at LeBron. KD, he's pissed because he's not getting his respect for beating LeBron with Golden State because of the move that he made. James Harden he just got through in the fire. You know what I mean? Because he got beat. So like you got all these people. So going back to what you're saying, you don't want to build a team that, well, we all mad at, this person, so we just gonna go do what we do because we mad at this man. Nah, man, like you, and what it's called is called a success cluster. Like just being real, like it's called a success cluster. You want to build your success cluster, like you want to have I'm thinking this is what you're saying, like you want to have like your own cameraman, like who got their own goals. You want to build, you want to have your lawyer, you want to have your doctor, your dentist, like you building your own success cluster. Like everybody in the circle, has the same mission. I think that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so don't compare your shit to Brooklyn, dog, because like I'm so LeBron, dog. Like, you just
can't even talk basketball with the analogy.
You can't, bro.
Yeah,
you can't.
I definitely want that success cluster though.
Yeah.
But I like how you talk about it though, because you talked to me about it before. How diversity is. Like it's not just about people who can help me or with the brand. Like as far as just my whole wellness and my whole being. Like you said, doctor.
Yeah.
Then you know what
absolutely.
Like, right. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's some things that a lot of us neglect is health and wellness. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At our age, I've been seeing you've been getting back in the gym, been getting back right, so just like I see that you're taking it serious. Like I think that's something that we all need to take serious. Like
right.
Because health and wellness is something that I think we neglect because we feel like we're still younger or young enough to be invincible.
Yeah, man. When you get up in age, man, and like bro, I was at the barbershop, and I was talking to these kids, man. I asked these kids, I said, hey man, do y'all know what a payphone is, bro? Right? Payphone. These little motherfuckers, they gonna tell me, well, what kind of apps did it have on it? Bitch, what? Like, who the fuck is your parents? Like, how you don't fucking know what a payphone is, man? And why the fuck you asking me what kind of apps? Man, I'm not old. Get the fuck out my face, man. The fuck you mean? What kind of apps do the damn phone got on it? Man, if you don't get your ugly ass. No, I was just joking, man. But no, I mean, it hit me, man. I'm just like, man, like, I'm literally like getting up in age, man. You know what I mean? Then you see the gray hair starting. I'm like, man, let me get my ass in this gym, man, and kind of get my life back straight, man. Cause I just want to get back right, dog. So man. Yeah. I've been
trying to do the same thing, man. I've been trying to hit the gym and get my cardio going too on the side, and I realized how old I was Monday. I went out there, man, and I don't usually stretch before I hoop.
Got crossed up. Really. He got crossed up.
Nah, I wish let
the people know what happened. Let the people know what happened.
It would have been better if that would have been the case, because what happened was kind of worse. I was just stole the ball and I was getting ready to take off, like to go toward the other side, and as soon as I pushed off on my left foot, felt like somebody kicked me in my shit.
Call that a freak accident.
And I just like, damn, like, but I noticed before, and this is me reading my body too and knowing the signs. I felt my Achilles getting tight before the game before. I read, I'm like, damn, that shit tight as hell. I like, we just playing one more game, you know what I'm saying? Let me go on, push through. listen to your body, Mike. You getting older. Like sometimes your body tells you like, hey, you might need to just go and chill. Like,
Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something? What do you miss? And this is off. I just want to like what do you miss the most since this whole pandemic bullshit didn't happen? What do you, and like seriously think about this, like what do you miss? Because we literally watched the world change. And like what I mean by that, like, bro, imagine like you in a grocery store and you see somebody without a mask. You like, damn, what the fuck wrong with them? Like, I mean, it's like shit is that different now. Like if you go to church now and what I was finna say, like if you go to church now and somebody sneeze in church, a whole church like, well, what the fuck? Like, like what the fuck? You know what I mean? So like what do you miss the most since this pandemic has happened?
I would say my initial thought was to say maybe concerts and things like being able to go to concerts and stuff. I'm sorry, but I don't think that's been that bad for me because I get to still like look at things on YouTube. If I just had to miss, and it just be how I interact with my parents and stuff now, because I just know how ever since COVID, really my parents are real like particular. Like my mom won't even let me kiss her no more. Like I ain't kissed my mom in a minute. You know what I'm saying? She won't let me kiss her because of COVID. First off, I've had it before, and then my dad has had it twice now. So
something as simple as kissing you. That's what's up, bro.
Yeah, like just because I was telling her that the other day, because when we go now, we kind of just do like a little head bump thing. Like that's how I like burning. I was like, we really ain't kissed. Like I ain't kissed you on the cheek in a minute. Like,
I kiss mine, dog. I kiss on her.
My parents do not play.
I kiss on her hand. I kiss on her hair. I'm gonna kiss my mom, dog.
Yeah. Like my folks still make me wear a mask around them. Like
mine wear a mask around me. Yeah, so for me, man, like what I really miss, like just the most, bro, is the freedom. And the it's kind of got fear in it, man. Like just the freedom enough to want to just, if I want to take my son to a wrestling match, or if I want to, just go to the park, I really miss, man. Like I'm gonna, because we never gonna get this back. It's always gonna be that, right. like that right there. Like when you see people, like regardless. So even when church open back up, or when the world get back, to how it is, it's always gonna be that, like, oh, like you know what I mean? That's always gonna be there. And whatever you wanna, like whatever you call that, you know what I mean? Like I'll just be glad when that is gone.
How long? Ooh.
Right.
So okay, I wanted to talk about this too, since they rolling out these vaccines and vaccinations and everything. And
Johnson and Johnson.
For real, but I ain't gonna even get started on Johnson and Johnson. These the same folks that's giving out money now because talcum powder, the powder didn't started cancer, then caused cancer over the years. And now you want me to believe they got a single dose vaccination that's gonna really help me with COVID. I'm not thinking, but see, this is my my hesitation with the vaccine. And of course, my brother just got his first dose. My mama on the wait list. My daddy on the wait. I think they supposed to be getting it sometime next week. And they always ask me, "Are you getting it?" And I do acknowledge what happened with like the Tuskegee experiment. They were literally using us as lab rats. I think this situation is a little different, but I also believe there is no way. It takes years, almost decades sometimes, for medicines to get cleared after going through different things. And you're telling me COVID happened last year. Y'all want to tell me we got the technology to make it happen in a year later to where we have a really effective vaccine? I don't think we have that capability, because medicine is one thing that it needs to go through. Like science is one of those things where you can speed it up, but it still needs to go through every necessary step in order for it to be effective. So my thing is, I don't know how effective these vaccines are really going to be. I don't know if they're just doing that to give people in the mindset to be like, oh, well, I'm vaccinated. Now we were with a girl yesterday at my homegirl party, and she hit the hookah. She didn't have a hookah tip because the hookah tip wasn't working. She hit it. She was like, well, I got the vaccine, y'all ain't got to worry. And I'm just like, I feel it. Like, I feel you're confident about it, but I just don't know if I'm really confident that the vaccine works as well as they say it do. They told my dad had COVID in January. They tell us that 30 or up to 45 days after you have it, you're supposed to still have the antibodies, and you're really not supposed to be able to get COVID again in those 45 days. And if you do, you're not supposed to be contagious. All that's a lie. Because I just seen it with my dad. So I don't know how much of what they're telling me is factual. But I have friends who are in medicine and other things, and they're trying to, and it's just like, you really can't convince me that y'all have the answer in a year.
Yeah, man. And this shit's crazy. Like, one thing that I don't understand is like COVID within a year. Like what do you think the number of people has died from COVID? Like, just give me a number.
Really died just from COVID?
Just from COVID. Like, give me a number within a year. Since all this has happened, like, how many people you think have died?
Really from COVID? Maybe like 20,000.
20,000.
Maybe like just from COVID, yeah.
So this disease has killed 20,000 people within 365 days, right? How many people do you think, like, let's just say with AIDS, just from the pandemic, when we first heard about the pandemic up until today, how many people have died from AIDS? What you like? Just give me a number.
I don't even know what the statistics are on AIDS. Maybe like 2,000.
2,000. So okay.
I'm just guessing.
No, this is good. No, this is good. This is good. So we just throwing numbers. So in a year time, 20,000 people died from COVID. In a year time, 2,000 people died from AIDS. But yet we find a vaccine for COVID, but we don't find shit for HIV. You know, so they say, like we don't like that. There's no cure for cancer and all this kind of stuff. Like that's the shit that they be kind of like getting at me. Like, why the fuck? Like, you know, like, we all thought that, you know, Magic, like, any minute now, Magic, your ass gonna be out this motherfucker. Yeah, like, you gonna, just real, like, you know, you gonna be gone, but motherfucker, you look healthier around this bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you getting your muscles, you know, like, you know, it's like, bro, weight on them, yeah, man. So it's like, well, what the fuck you doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so when it comes to this vaccine, man, dude, like, I'm on the list. I will say that. And it's kind of like one of those things to where, you know, it's better to be on the list and not and refuse it, yeah, rather than to not be on the list and can't get want to get it. So, you know, I am looking into it, you know, but like when you have a family, bro, like it's deeper than just what you think or what you feel. Right. No, you know what I mean? Sure, so like, yeah, man, like, you know, when you got kids looking up at you and you know that you can be a potential host to a virus that can kill your son or your daughter, you know what I mean? It's like you start looking at shit different, you know, because if I'm single with no kids, like, yeah, bro, like, you know, I don't have to be around people like that. You know what I mean? Like I don't have to. So I mean, I can look at it different. So yeah, I listen to Rizza Islam a lot on Instagram. I wouldn't say I subscribe to Islamic beliefs or anything like that. I don't say that I'm that, but I do respect a lot of things that he says. But one thing that I think is different about this, and like, you know, he's urging people to, I think they just had a protest in front of the CDC yesterday, urging people not to take the vaccine. I just feel like that's a very dangerous thing to be in at this time. I don't necessarily disagree with his skepticism, but if the plan was to do something or harm us, then they would make sure we had it first. That's not the case. Like, by the numbers, you think? White people, like, no, I just looked at the vaccination. I looked at the vaccination numbers the other day.
And like white people and Hispanic people are getting vaccinated at a higher rate. I think blacks were at
You don't think they would risk even killing their own self just to knock us off?
hell nah. Because I think the thing with the majority now is technically, if you look at the group of minorities, they are no longer the majority.
Yeah, man. God got to work on me, bro. Like how I feel. I'm serious,
Nah,
man.
I feel you.
God is really, really working on me, man. Because, like the way that I felt, you know, about white people, bro. Like I really go to God and I pray about it, man, because I don't I don't trust them. You know what I mean? Like I don't, you know, and you know, like you say, like I would rather hang around this person knowing that, you know, this man got bodies on him because he was defending his family versus, well, motherfucker, you was out here doing some more stuff. I don't need to be around you because
Right.
you got people
You
like, so
crazy.
it's just like, you know what I mean? I just don't, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know, man. You know, and that's just something that I'm dealing with. So yeah, if they say, here, man, you want a cookie, I'm gonna instantly think, why the fuck you giving me this cookie?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean,
like,
there's nothing
like what's
wrong
in
with.
it?
I mean, you can look at our history and see why you have that skepticism. I definitely respect when people do, you know, have that skepticism, because you do need people. Like it's a good balance to have. Like you need some people who are pushing the envelope to be like, okay, let's try to trust them a little more. But then if everybody felt like that, then we'll just walk into it and then we might fall into a trap. So you
Yeah.
need those who are there too, like, nah, what's really going on, just to make you think differently. Like I'm big on being surrounded by people not who won't just say, all right, I'm gonna go along with it because Mike going along with it. Nah, we gonna sit down.
yeah,
we
we
gonna sit down and
figure it
figure this out. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just think people need to talk about it more.
You
Like,
play chess?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Like, yeah, man, like that is a very good way to like look at life, man. Like chess pieces, man. And you know, you can always spot a chess player because of, you know, how he views life. Like I say, because in chess, you know, you got to be 10 steps ahead of your opponent. You know, so like I say, like if
While
this
still being mindful
while
of
still
what's
being
going on
mindful
at
of
that
what's
time.
going on,
Yeah,
exactly. So
yeah.
like, of course, you offer me a cookie, but I'm just like, let me figure out my next move before I accept you know your gift or whatever. So like, yeah, man, like that
That's a healthy skepticism.
Yeah, man.
No, I think, you know,
definitely though.
especially for us, like I said, we have to be guarded because ain't no sense in going outside again when we know certain things that has happened to us as a people before. This is my thing too about just us, you know, kind of on a different note, but just black people in general. I believe that for so long we have been mistreated to where now even if people try, they still not. You have to do it in a way that we say it's okay. You know, and I understand that, but what I think we have to realize is that no matter how much pain our people went through, we go through on the daily, we can't expect somebody who doesn't go through that to really understand that.
You can't expect. I'm so sorry. You can't expect somebody to do what?
To understand exactly our plight as black people if they have never been or their people have never
Absolutely.
been. So I just want us to do a
Absolutely.
better job, and I'm saying us as a community of black people, I want us to do a better job at being more willing to meet people where they are too. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's nothing wrong with, like I said, having a healthy skepticism about certain things that they might do. That was because we know. I went to Bama, and that was the first time I really experienced white people. I went to Birmingham City Schools all my life. I went to school maybe 4 white people and up until then. When I got to Bama, I got to see it for myself. I got to see the ones who are genuine trying to understand you, like genuinely trying to understand you, but still just don't get it.
Right.
Then you have the ones that don't give a fuck about understanding you and know that like you can just smell the white privilege on them.
Oh yeah.
Like, boy, I'm better than you simply because I'm white and my daddy and my mama got this check. You know what I'm saying? They could pay for me to come here instead of me having to be on loans or scholarship. Like, you know, I've experienced both. And what I had to realize is that I can't blame them necessarily for how my people were treated, because that one individual might not, you know what I'm saying, have had anything to do with anything that my parents had or my ancestors had going on, just to speak. So I had to realize that let me try to meet some of these people on the individual level. Let me try to not do what they do to us. See a black man and then immediately group him in a black category. So I try my hardest to not look at a white person and see all white people. But Muhammad Ali did say, and this is a great quote about snakes. The spiders, or it was either about the snakes. He was like, if you telling me 20, that it's a whole bunch, it's 100,000 snakes coming after me, and you telling me but only 10, 10 are gonna kill me, I'm not finna sit here and figure out which 10 are gonna be the ones to harm me. I'm gone. Like, and that's a rational fear to have. Like, that's not irrational at all. Like, I don't want to be played, but I just like I said, we gonna have to be a little more understanding as we try to get them to be more understanding, if that makes sense. So that's just kind of like my spiel on that, you know, on race relations in America. So yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
If because you said that when you're around, like, you know, white people, you want to just understand them for who, like, you try, right? So let's just say if you're around a white person, is me and you, and we had a white person in here, and I'm like, my nigga, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be that moment, like what the fuck?
It'll be a little awkward.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's just like, it ain't like, bro, it'll until I feel like, to all black people, when you comfortable with saying nigga around a white person, you know what I mean, that's when you can really be, you know what I mean, right. That's just how I look at it. Like, if are you that comfortable, like, to be like,
not around
nigga?
Not around a lot of them. I have been that guy though,
because I've been that black guy who are like deeply connected with some white people, like some cool white people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, cool white people. Shout out to Ronnie. Shout out to Charlton. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, like, but no, real talk though. Like they watching Ronnie and Charlton, like, it gives me some hope. You know, not in them, but in myself. Like to know that, okay, like I can be cool, you know, with what, because I want to. You know what I mean? Like I want to, you know, I do. You know what I mean? But it's like every time, I was just telling Ronnie this, like every time I try, some shit happen. You know what I mean? And then, like, oh my God, like, you see it so much on social media, man. Like, people hide behind their fucking computer and they say some evil, and like, people really say what the fuck they feel. Really, you know what I mean? Like, they really say what the fuck they feel. You know, so it's like, damn, like, this how y'all really feel. Like, but you ain't gonna say this shit in my face,
right?
Thank you. So I mean, it's just like, I don't fucking know, man. Like, we need the men in black things. Just, you know what I mean? Come here, white motherfucker. Yeah, man. But nah, man, bro, I enjoyed this, man, for real.
Appreciate you for coming out, man.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you for coming out, man.
Yeah.
You know what time it is, my brother?
T Jiggity, TJ, Tommy Ray, whatever you know me by. LeBron.
Breathe.
There you go.